Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to talk about the new Resident Evil film, Resident Evil Afterlife, as far as I can remember. To be honest, if I don't remember, I'm not bothered because the film was terrible. Now, let's start off with the fact is, when I entered the cinema, I went to purchase my ticket and he wanted a chart, and I looked at that and it was $10.25 on a student discount for the ticket. Now, usually I pay about half that price, so I was shocked and all, but to be honest, I was already there, so I said forget it. I bought the ticket. First of all, we had to wait about 25 minutes for the film for us to actually even get the cinemas because it was a bit early. But once we entered the cinema, it was like all we were thinking about was, is this film going to be good? We were actually, me and my mates going, flipping heck, $10.25 for a bloody cinema ticket, daylight robbery. So we entered the cinema and then we thought we'd get because it was IMAX and it was 3D, we thought we'd get these nice cool new 3D sunglasses that look like normal sunglasses, the ones we usually get in other 3D films. Now instead they decided to give us these like ones you'd put on after watching a nuclear blast. They were all this big on your face and the screen wasn't plastic but like a cellophane sort of thing. And as soon as you put them on, my face was itching and I hated the glasses in general, and I even started watching the film. So the film starts off okay, quite fun, typical Resident Evil, over the top action, and yourself wondering, wow, bloody hell, this is weird. But yeah, so we watched the first film, and do you know what? I know there's probably people out there who want to watch it, but honestly, the film was shit. I'll say that straight out. It was shit. And I say shit when I mean shit. 1 out of 10 film. The acting was terrible. Especially the guy who plays Wesker in it. If anyone knows Resident Evil, do you know who Wesker is? The guy was, I think, Australian, trying to put on the fakest British accent. And I actually probably wanted to smack the guy in the face, but I couldn't actually enter through the screen. Every acting in it, and not just that particular person, was terrible. It was like watching a Z-rated Z movie, and the acting was, considering that they had such a big budget, it made me cringe on how bad the acting was. Now the story itself was terrible. It was terrible. I mean, just I can't even describe it. It's just, for one, it confused me because I was actually sitting there scratching my head going, there's a couple of things on here going, what the hell's going on here? And then in general the dialogue was so bad. My little brother could have written on the back of a used toilet roll and it sounded better, no, seriously. And then, do you know what? That's all you can really say about film. Terrible story, terrible thing, terrible acting. That's like two worst things in a film.
Talk about model making.
Okay, model making. Oh, we see we're going off subject, but anyway.
Say hello to basic modelling.
Hello, basic modelling.
Say hello to Fruitus Hake.
Fruitus Miri and Miss Pickletoes. Yeah, I do remember you did tell me these things. Also,
there's other people as well.
There's other people, but I'll say, with his friends list, I'll be sitting there for about 12 minutes and you probably would have turned the video off.
I forget people all the time.
There you go. But yeah, anyway, bit of modelling. There we go. Technically this is a model, whether he made it or not, that doesn't really matter. It's like a little RC helicopter. Fun little thing, look at the detailing and that. Yeah, not bad detail.
Fly's good, isn't it?
Fly's good as well. He's got another one somewhere, I don't know where that's going.
It's behind the computer.
Yeah, it's behind the computer. And
you've flown them both today, actually, haven't you?
Yeah, I've flown them. Here we go. Flown them both. This is some Chinook.
Which one do you like the most?
And Kyanite. Well, now here we go. This one, I love the sound of it. It's a little powerful beast, trust me. Size doesn't matter. It's a little powerful beast. It's more powerful than this one. Well, in the end, it comes down to actually flying the thing, and whether it looks like a piece of rope stuck to a rotor doesn't really matter, because this, in my eyes, as a complete newbie, is the better option. I keep going that way because left to right is different.
I do that.
But as you can see, it's got 2 rotor blades rather than a single one, which gives it a lot more stability. Also, the fact that it's quite light, it's very light. When I say light, it's
a mini RC.
See
it really is there's smaller remote control helicopters, but this is actually a mini
Yeah, considering if you can comparison to real
I
life.
mean, look at the blade size on that,
Well, okay.
and there's two sets of blades on there. So if you think about it, I mean, do the math.
Yeah, no, what it is though is because if you put these in real life comparison, like next to each other, this would be so much bigger than this. So if you compare in real life sizes, this is really mini helicopter. It might look slightly big, but it's not, it's not the size of a grain of rice, but it's still, when we're talking comparison to real life, this is a lot smaller than its real life counterpart and putting that size. But in terms of stability, it's actually easy to land on someone's hand or someone to grab it without chopping off your fingers. It's detailed well and cost about £30 for people in America. I know you're watching these videos. It's about $50. Let's in today's exchange rate. So you'll get your fun out of it. The battery will last about 20 minutes.
We're gonna have to cut this because we've only got 15 minutes. I mean, YouTube has been good enough to give us 15 minutes.
Yeah, do we? We're not even on 15 minutes. We're probably on about 5 minutes.
You
I know everyone's probably turned off the video by now, but I'm
Yeah.
just hoping Chris's loyal fans
I
will
always
still
think
be
that.
watching.
I always think
But
that.
yeah, this anyway, to end off, this is great. So now this is where my two stories match up.
Go on.
I paid £10.25 for the Resident Evil cinema ticket. Extortion. Again, in America, that's about $18, which in anyone's eyes is a very expensive movie ticket. I also paid about £6 for the parking. That comes about 15 quid. Considering I put petrol for £10, that's £25 altogether. Now this cost £25, so again it's about $45. Now this cost £28. So think about it, you can go to the cinema and watch a really bad film like Resident Evil Afterlife while paying that amount, because you put in everything, it comes to £25. Or for about a few pound more, which is like $8 more, you could buy this.
And about hours of entertainment.
Hours and hours entertainment. And if you get bored, you can actually put it down. Unlike the film, you have to put yourself through an hour and a half of complete shit. But on the negative side, you're not getting your money's worth. So next time you're thinking of going to watch a crappy film in the cinema, remember there are things like this that do exist, and you can chase cats with them if you wanted to, or cats can chase it. You think it's a fly or something. So yeah, don't go and watch terrible films. Buy something. Also, if you're like me, you're a gamer, you'd go out and buy a half decent game for that price and not bother yourself, and you don't even have to leave the house. Whereas a crappy film in a cinema, negative. Everything about it is negative. Anyway, I am Roman Hakim. This is Dangerous Primate. Goodbye.